7's Medeiros Babb joins us now live from the police department with the latest developments and a look at what is next for the police department. Medeiros.
Well, Brian and Catherine, what's next for the department is really finding the next chief, which will be done through a nationwide search. Now today, Georgianne White, who is the city manager, and Mayor Jerry Dyer also stating that Balderrama did involve himself in an inappropriate relationship with an officer's wife. It was this relationship that ultimately led to the lack of trust from some of the officers inside this department and ultimately his resignation.
There was poor discretion on the part of Chief Balderrama in allowing himself to be involved in an inappropriate relationship with a police officer's wife that ultimately impacted the morale of the Fresno Police Department.
A relationship with an officer's wife. That was the allegation brought forward in February against Fresno Police Chief Paco Balderrama, prompting a months-long investigation into his actions. The officer also alleging that Balderrama promised a different position with the weekends off and then went back on his word to continue the affair. The investigation now complete.
He did not abuse his position as a police chief. He did involve himself in an inappropriate relationship, used poor discretion in doing so, and that is far below the standard that we have as an expectation of our police chief.
The investigation, done by an outside firm, cost the city at least $25,000, according to the city attorney. Now that the investigation is complete, Balderrama turning in his resignation to city manager Georgianne White. Effective immediately, Deputy Chief Mindy Casto will serve as the interim chief until a new chief is hired. Balderrama will turn his things over in the next few days, but then will serve as a consultant to Casto by phone if needed until July 25th. In a letter to the department earlier this month, Balderrama took responsibility for his actions, apologizing to the department. In his most recent statement, he stated, quote, "Serving as chief of police for the city of Fresno over the last 3.5 years has truly been the privilege of a lifetime. This is the right time for me to step away and focus on my faith and family," end quote. An attorney for the officer who came forward with the claim against the chief also released a statement following the resignation. It says in part, quote, "Today marks a significant victory for justice and integrity within the Fresno Police Department as Chief Paco Balderrama resigns from his position. The reality is clear. Paco Balderrama's own unethical behavior is the reason for his departure. It is deeply regrettable that it took media scrutiny rather than decisive action and commitment to police ethics and moral clarity to spur the city's decision makers into action," end quote. Balderrama has 3 children, and the officer involved also has children. Mayor Dyer hoping the resignation will refocus.
We had an individual who made poor choices. And as a result of those poor choices, he's accepted responsibility and the consequences. And those consequences are that he resigned as a police chief of the city of Fresno. And I also want it to be about the Fresno Police Department having the ability now to regain focus and to keep this community safe. And the last thing I hope we can focus on are the families, and the children especially, who have suffered greatly.
Again, in the next few days, Balderrama will drop off his badge and his gun to the department. As far as severance, Dyer says that was not offered to the outgoing chief, and Mindy Casto will take over those interim chief duties until a next chief is hired, which could take 4 to 5 months. As for the other officer who brought forward the claims towards the chief, I am told that he is still with the department. Reporting live from downtown Fresno, Medeiros Babb, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.